It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cards and the Boys. And it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first two plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott down. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Greg George deep for Arizona. This is taken at the 18. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
First carry for James Conner. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, a run with Conner. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They run behind center with Connor. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now Murray. And that is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll toss it here to Blue. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. Drops it to Blue, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They begin on the ground here with Connor. He'll get this to about the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Murray going to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. To throw is Murray. Over the middle, Harrison. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Connor up the middle. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Again, it's Connor. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And the Cardinals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Connor is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. Once again, it's Connor. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
You think about James Conner down near the goal line, and you think about the 2021 season with his 15 touchdown runs. He believes he's as good as anybody down close, and he powers his way in here.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Steps away to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Here's Prescott. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Murray now.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This is 2nd and 8. From the gun, Murray. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He hits Blue, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Now Prescott. He's got this to Pickens. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Prescott. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. George Pickens, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They start the drive with Connor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That's complete to McBride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
In motion, right one of the tight ends. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it, not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple-option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Murray again, going right back to Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing now is Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Throwing again, Murray. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Zay Jones
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
.30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here. And they get good yardage that time and a first down.
To the air again, Prescott. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now Murray. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Here's Murray from midfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
To throw is Murray.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, Take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Throwing, Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 2. On play action, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Here's Prescott. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Baron Browning, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. First and 10. Murray now. Complete to Jones. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now a handoff coming left, Connor.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Forced out to his left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Here's a handoff to Connor. Marquise Bell in on that stop.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync. And the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 5.
In motion left goes a tight end.
Throw left side, caught by Ryman.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll run here with Connor, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
James Conner,
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
and the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Prescott to throw it.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and 10. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Prescott. And a quick throw here that's complete. 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Shotgun now for Murray.
He's got McBride here over the middle.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On the handoff, Connor. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Murray. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Zay Jones.
48 yards.
And the Cardinals are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He finds Pickens over the middle.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Looking to throw. Prescott. Drops it to Blue. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
12 more yards there and another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And again, it's Prescott. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Prescott now. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The visitors' offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get flowing, protect the ball.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Again, a run with Connor. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 10. Just over a minute, 40 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
That's complete to Lamb.
And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Now Prescott. Baron Browning in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, 1st and goal.
Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
So it's a win here for the Cardinals, and the guy who led the way was the man behind center, Charles. That's Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.